Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hate to see this game fail because of the so-called toxic community. So here's 5 reasons why JToH is one of the best games to play on Roblox.
Oh my God!
You know, the JToH community is considered a little bit toxic and rough around the edges, and I kind of wanted to clear some things up and, explain why there is still a lot of good in this game. For example, look at this incredible lobby. I gotta cover this in the video, but anyways, let's get started. I hope you enjoy. The first thing I love about JToH is the ring select. Super cool to look at all the different areas and seeing all the towers you could beat and the towers you have beaten. On a design standpoint, I do love how they kind of like minimize all the towers, ironically making everything as small as they possibly can for the ring select. So yeah. The second thing I love about JToH is the lobbies. This whole zone came out about 4 years ago, and the lobby to this day still looks amazing. I mean, that could be credited to the fact that people think this is like the best lobby, which honestly I don't think it's the best lobby. I think probably Zone 6 is the best lobby. Either way, absolutely insane. And the scaling on all of the parts in the lobbies to match with the sheer hugeness of the towers. I'm still in awe to this day that they were able to make these areas so modern so quickly. And I think that's also like why this game is so much charm. Moving on, the third reason why I love JToH is all the subrealms. Obviously, it's debatable whether every subrealm in the game actually correlates to the difficulty of the regular area, but I think people just need to realize that most of the time you're going to go between worlds and rings or zones. You don't necessarily have to do all the towers in a subrealm right when you beat it. So that's why it's especially nice to just be able to have a bunch of subrealms, and if you want to go practice something, go practice it. Plus, there's just more towers and more chances for you to get better at a certain skill, or maybe find towers that you generally enjoy and just get used to more modern gameplay as opposed to the earlier rings and zones. And honestly, I do think that most of the subrealms have been executed very well. Like, for example, we are in Garden of Isho here. This is probably one of the best subrealms, and it's great that it's the Ring 2 subrealm because it really fits and it has a lot of good difficulty towers. Yes, I know I was talking about Paradise Atoll, but Paradise Atoll is a fun place to go back to when you beat your first Remorseless Tower because it's super easy to just like sight read intense raw gameplay in all of the challenging steeples in the towers. Obviously, I understand that's just my experience, and maybe you don't feel the same way about the first zone having a bunch of challenging steeples, but like honestly, I think you guys just have to have more open minds, to be honest. Like, I really don't see much wrong with Paradise Atoll. I know that some of the gameplay is questionable, but every single steeple and tower is decorated to perfection, and I still think the enjoyment's pretty high, and I do love the music of the towers, and the tropical theming in the lobby is probably one of my favorites in the entire game, even being a couple years old. Another awesome thing about JToH is the fact that you can practice towers. Practicing towers is literally just so game changing and game breaking. It's incredible. To know what you're up against and practice it as many times as you want is so important for a player who's constantly trying to beat a tower. Practicing towers is simply a necessity that every player needs in order to progress through the game instead of having to sight read everything they see. And that is why this is one of the most important and best parts of the game. And moving on to the conclusion of this video, the most important reason that JToH is a great game is because its experience is completely different depending on who you are and how you progress through the game. You are the one that goes into the tower portals. You are the one that decides what difficulties you want to do, what you want to practice, what places you want to go to. Everything you want to do is completely your own, which means that your storyline, your progression is going to be different from the next person's. This also means that people's opinions on towers are different, but people can all agree that gameplay is super important, creativity, design, everything like that, which is diversity. This game is basically very culturally diverse in that way that everyone has different experiences, but we all collectively come together about the same things, which may not always be a good thing. There's a lot of flaws in this game, there's a lot of good things about this game. To go in with an open mind, that's what I have to say. Do your best to keep calm, have fun, enjoy the game, enjoy everything that's modern, everything that's classic, enjoy all the history of the game. This is one of the more no BS type games. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. At 1,000 subscribers, whenever I can get monetized, I will be doing an 100 case unboxing in Murder Mystery 2 during an event to see if I can't get a godly, if not more, because once I get monetized, I'll finally be able to put more and more revenue into these videos. So please, please get me monetized. I'll love you so much. I'll do so many unboxings and like I'll gamble so much. But for now, I'm playing JToH and doing other stuff. This is like the game that's gonna get you the least amount of popularity, but we're still here, and yeah.